Hello and welcome to Channel Squared, where we connect with you, the divine, and channel here with you live. I'm Jody Lynn Craven, founder of Abundance Consciousness, and here is Heather Marie, founder of Soulgate. Today we are continuing our trance channeling predictions episode, and Heather is actually in the channel as we speak. So she is channeling the collective, New Earth Collective, the kind of the right hand to God. And we're talking all about ascension and where we're headed. So welcome back. I'm just going to dive into more questions with our guides here. So can you tell us more about specifically some things that are going to happen over the next 18 months? I feel like there's certain things that are crumbling, like currency, structures, governmental structures. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
This is a large topic. We will attempt to convey as much information as possible. When it comes to the worthless paper, the valueless paper, that seems to have so much value on the earth plane, and the systems that are in place to control access to the worthless paper. It is a good thing that there is turmoil, so to speak, with relating to this paper that contains no value. We have spoken on this before, many times, in fact, as this is a hot topic with this channel. The thing we find amusing, so to speak, is the value placed on the worthless paper, for it has no value. The only value that is true value is service, doing for one another. It is the acts of service, the time that has been contributed, the love currency that has been paid to one another. This is the only valuable thing. It is not the paper or digits as this currency issue is evolving. And it is important that these systems reach the end of their term, for it will allow the ushering in of true currency, love currency, the acts of service that truly are in alignment with the soul. There are many systems that are on the brink of the end of their term. And this is good, for it will bring about new and therefore elevated. You see, many of the systems that were created by man were created from a place of control. And this control is not to be any longer, not on the new earth plane where the souls and humans are headed. So this cannot exist. In the new frequency, the new destination, it is simply love and oneness. And that is all. It is truly what you may refer to as heaven on earth in a literal form. Do you understand?
Yes.
It may seem that there is much darkness. There are many who are fearful of what is coming. but they do not need to be afraid. They need to understand that this has been planned. And as long as they stay in a place of faith, keeping faith within knowing that all souls are but one being, all beings are of the same being, that everything is connected fully in its entirety in infinity. And that where one may go, everyone experiences. Knowing this and remaining in a place of trust and faith and love, it allows ascension for all souls, even the ones that may be misbehaving, so to speak.
Hmm. Perfect. Will we see, or can you tell us if we will see over the next 18 months, like war or revolution? Is that a part of the plan?
Perhaps. It is certainly an option in the plan. This will entirely depend on free will. It is not something that we may forecast necessarily, but it is part of the plan. It is an option, you see.
Mm-hmm.
There are many options. That may be one of them. Do you understand?
Yes. Can you give us an idea of what other options are, or other possibilities that there are?
Yes, there is the option to disengage, to remove oneself from the system entirely. This is an option that is a wonderful option, for it does not result in a violent outburst. It is simply peaceful and matter-of-factly. There is also the option of complete resignation, simply stopping all things, all systems, allowing the collapse. Now, this has the opportunity to be peaceful and wonderful, and the opportunity to end in complete catastrophe. Again, depends on free will. We do not recommend this, but it is an option in the plan. You see, when souls incarnate into human form, they are given the gift of free will. And free will can override even the greatest laid plans. This is why there are guides. Guides are sent to assist and help keep you near your path, if not on your path. Do you understand?
Yes. You were talking about the free will to make these decisions and what it feels like it's the collective, whatever the collective sentiment is, that's the direction that we will go. And my assumption, I guess, is that's why things are speeding up, is to awaken people quickly, before that time when that collective decision is made. Is that correct?
Yes, and a wonderful way to summarize.
Thank you. I'm always listening to my guides. Can you tell us something that's been coming up when I think about war or revolution is the nuclear aspect of possibility, and that's frightening. Can you lend any wisdom to that or soothe any fears around that?
It is another option for the ascension. It is important to understand the nature in which this option would execute. It would literally become a vapor lock.
Mm.
It would be a short ending to a civilization.
Mhm.
It would be nearly instantaneous. Is that bad?
Not necessarily. What happens after?
Nothingness.
Mm.
Souls return to the higher realm and are recycled, revised, plans are written, new things are developed.
Has this happened before?
Yes,
Has it happened many times before?
it has not happened from the hands of humans.
Mm.
It has happened in other civilizations. However, it was accidental explosion as opposed to angry explosion,
Mm.
as the earth is the only experience of contrary.
Mm. I'm curious if that's where some of these really old buildings that are beautifully mastered actually came from, is an alternate civilization.
Yes, indeed.
Wonderful. I feel as though there's a lot of wisdom that we can take away from these alternate civilizations that has been covered up, distorted, whatever, in helping us get closer to that ascension, or even that new life that we're creating on, or that is being created on New Earth. Will revelations or, will that information begin to be exposed during this ascension time?
If the communicators, the travelers who came to communicate the message, speak the word, then yes.
Mm.
If not, they will discover when they arrive at their final destination.
Okay.
There are
Wow.
many communicators that are coming in. There are a few, a small group that are already inhabiting the earth plane. There will be more, many more, coming in that will assist in the communication to create understanding of what has occurred, what will occur, and will remember all information in all timelines. These souls are the gift to the ascension.
And they will be coming over in the next 12 months?
Many years. Yes.
Mhm. Can you tell us any significant things to be on the lookout for over the next 18 months?
We will do something better. We wish to give you a focus. When you are observing the environment in which you are finding yourself in, whether you are seeing love or contrary, remember that it all comes from a place of love. Every experience that you are having is because you are unconditional love. Deep down, that is what you are. When you are in it is important to understand that it is only temporary and it will be replaced with something far better than what you imagined. When you are looking at things that you do not have or things that are not going your way, refocus to the things you do have, to the things that are going your way. Give thanks, knowing that your particular dis-ease situation is coming to a close. It is this collective rise in vibration that will accelerate this for all souls, all beings on old earth and new. And it will be beautiful, far better than you could ever imagine. Do you understand this?
Yes, thank you. I love that. Is there anything physical, like preparations that we can take or that would be wise at this time?
While we cannot interfere with free will, we will recommend to follow your intuition, the inner guidance system that your soul possesses. It is the connection to our one infinite creator. And it is a guide light on your path always.
It's no wonder why the channel and I were given the calling to put together a retreat all about getting back to yourself. Makes sense. That
Indeed.
intuition. Mhm. Do we need to speak on the other things that I had on my list were about land, physical land, and the potential agenda behind destruction of said land and the king. Is there anything that you want to speak to on either of those topics?
They are not relevant.
I didn't think so. At the beginning of our conversation, you had talked a little bit about the point of all of this, which is ascension and going to the new earth, if I may say it that way. And you talked a little bit about the different roles that individuals will play and that everybody has a role. Can you review with us the different types of roles people will take on and kind of so that the people who are watching right now can connect to those things and I guess the intention being help move them towards that if that is their wish.
Yes, but we may preface this with all of the roles that we are about to discuss are inhabiting all souls. It is simply a job. That said, there are healers, there are guides, there are sages that bring wisdom, ancient wisdom. There are assistants to assist in the travel from one plane to the other. There are the communicators, the ones who will speak all languages, the universal language of oneness. There are creators, and there are new souls that are learning their skills. And so therefore are students. All of these roles are possessed by every soul on the earth plane at this time. Every soul has the skills to do all of these jobs. There are certain jobs that the skills are more acutely attuned to. There are more tools readily available to do those particular jobs. However, all jobs can be performed by all souls. Our suggestion for those who are perhaps confused or unsure of which job they wish to perform, we suggest you try them all. There will be one or two or five that stand out to you the most. You can never be of too much service.
Good point. And as we wrap up with this trance channeling session, is there any final words of wisdom that you would like to impart on everyone that's watching?
We have very much enjoyed this opportunity to communicate with you all in this way. It is truly extraordinary how far this channel, these channels have gone to communicate this message. And we wish you all love in every form. And we wish you to remember that you are one and of the same, connected in every way. Where one of you experience something, it has a ripple effect to all souls, all beings in every dimension, and it is beautiful. Lean into the love. It will always show you the direction to go. It will always be your compass, and it will always be pure. We love you, and we thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you. Heather always needs a couple minutes to get her eyeballs back in place. And for those of you that missed the very beginning of this, as Heather said, she moves her consciousness to the side, so she is going to have no recall of what we talked about.
Hashtag replay.
Exactly. Hashtag replay. Ooh, you're going to have to watch the replay, Heather, because there was a lot in there.
Ooh,
A
can't wait.
lot. Yes. So much stuff. Yeah.
Great. Well, I'm completely out of it, so I can hardly see, I can hardly speak.
Well,
hopefully that was some good information.
Mind blowing. Like I don't have anything in addition to add. My guides were following along as we were going along and adding in their 2 cents and moving it through me. But I feel like there was a definite point on the end. So I think we should just wrap it up there. Thank you so much for watching these episodes. Make sure that you hit that like button and that you are subscribed. And as we talked about a few minutes ago with the channel, if you haven't looked into our retreat that we are hosting in August in Canada, make sure you go to www.channelsquared.co and check out all the details. As mentioned, it's all about connecting with that deeper level of self, that intuition, and allowing it to guide you. So thanks so much for watching. We will see you next week.